Page 483, number 29, asks us to find the parametric equations for the curve. And this time we're looking for a line segment with endpoints -3, -3, and 5, 1. So we're going to use a similar idea we did in number 27 when we found the parametric equations for a line. But this time we want a line segment. So we're going to have to give it boundaries for t to give us endpoints. So I have a picture drawn very much like the one for number 27, where I have my AB there and I extended it and I put an arbitrary point P that can be anywhere along that line. And then I used vectors OA and OP as well as AB to define my parametric equations. So using the same method I did in 27, my resultant vector OP can be found by taking vector OA and adding to it vector AP. And again, as we did in 27, I can move that point P anywhere. So it's just a scalar times my vector AB. So rewriting it in that fashion, vector OP is going to be vector OA plus some scalar t times vector AB. Now substituting everything in, what I'm looking for is the equation of the line, its components x and y, which will be the parametric equations, will come from my vector OA, which is just the coordinates of A, which is -3, -3, since O is at the origin and has value 0, 0, plus some scalar t times my vector AB. And again, using the head to tail method, I am going to have 5 minus a -3, so 5 plus 3, and then 1 minus a -3 again, which would be 1 plus 3. Simplifying, I still have my OA vector in its component form. So adding those two and distributing the t, I get 8t and I get 4t. Now adding the two vectors together to get the resultant xy, I get 8t minus 3 in the x direction and 4t minus 3 in the y direction. Now, that would be a line that would continue, but we want to bound it between A and B. So you just want to take a look at what you have here and notice that if t were equal to 0, I would get back by substituting in here, I would get -3, -3, which is point A. And then if t were 1, and substituting it in, I would have 8 minus 3, which is 5, and 4 minus 3, which is 1, which is my point B. So all I have to do then for my final answer is state what my parametric equations are, which are 8t minus 3 and y equals 4t minus 3. And now I can bound this to a line segment by saying that t is bounded between 0 and 1, and I've created a line segment.